Today, I am very lucky to be joined by a promising youngster from right here in Michigan. I'm joined by Alex Gimple, who is currently playing with the Columbus Crew Academy U15 team. Alex grew up here. He's honed his skills here. Now he's down playing for Columbus, and I'm telling you, I've watched a lot of the videos. This kid's got some skills. Awesome kid. I know some of the coaches who've coached him. I've heard a lot about him. Now we get to talk to him and see how he's doing. Alex, thank you for joining us on We Are Soccer. Very much appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. All right, so tell us a little bit about the Columbus Crew Academy. Tell us how it's going, because I think you've been down there. It's about a year, a little bit now, and tell us how you like it.
I mean, it's amazing. It's there's a lot of development. Like I've noticed a change through my development in the past couple of years.
Nice.
So they have a lot of coaches. It's technical staff. There's even a 1v1 like development coach.
Wow.
So it's incredible. And I think that actually the Jags have helped me a lot make that change, because all of the coaches at the Jags have really helped me out in taking that next step towards the Columbus Crew Academy. So
Nice. I like to hear that. Jags are a great organization, and they helped set this up. So we very much appreciate them and stepping in and helping here. Well, let's dive into your time with the Jags. You spent a couple of years with the Jags. Tell us how you liked that, and then if you had a favorite coach or two, let us know as well.
Yeah, I think Kirk Hodges has been my favorite coach.
All right.
Because I've been with him for years, and he actually, when I joined him, I was playing forward, and he actually decided to put me at left back. So I could see the whole field, and I think that really helped me out, seeing how the play developed and stuff. So when I make that jump to forward, I can be in the right places at the right time.
Nice. Yeah, Hodges is a great coach. I grew up playing with and against him. And let me tell you this, back in the day, he was a solid player. You might not look it now, but solid guy and good player. Let's take it back a little further. When did you start playing soccer? Like, what age did you realize that this is the sport you kind of want to put a lot of time and effort into?
So I was actually 4 years old when I started playing soccer. I played for a local organization here called the Timbits.
Wow, okay.
Played a year rec after that, then joined Junior Jags for about a season. Then I made my way up to CW3 Jags for about 4 to 5 years. Played with Coach Crawford, Chris Crawford.
Yep. And
then our CW3 Jags team and our Michigan Jags team combined, and our coach was Scobie at that time. So we started, and then we found out that we were playing in the MLS Next Development Academy. Played a season with Scobie and Pete, and then joined Columbus Crew.
Wow, you literally run through the entire coaching staff of the Jags. I love some of those guys you played for, by the way. Scobie, Crawford, he's demanding.
Yeah,
good coach, good dude as well, and Hodges. All right, so now you're at Columbus. That's a big change, right? You moved down there, spending a lot of time there. That's a big adjustment for someone your age. Has it been all right? Been good?
Yeah. I think my family has really helped with moving, because my mom was willing to move down there. So now I live with her to really have an extra person I can talk to in case I need her or anything.
Nice. That's awesome to hear. All right. So they've got a lot of coaches there. You said I would have loved a one-on-one coach, to help hone those skills. What's on a daily basis you practice? What's some of your favorite pieces about the practices with the Crew Academy?
So every day before practice, we have something called a pre-practice meeting. So we all join together and go over film, and then we go over the drills that we're gonna do, so we can perfect them and make them quality drills. So I think that's a really cool part of the development academy.
So you're not going into practice blind. You sit down and you talk about it and watch. Wow, I'm actually absolutely blown away, because as we were talking before we started this, I grew up playing soccer, and none of this was available when I was younger. So this is awesome. Yeah. Is your goal to be full professional later on in life and go and play in the top leagues?
Yeah. So I either want to sign a professional contract or go through college. So
cool. Either
one of those pathways are great for me. So
there's so many different pathways, and to each their own. Whichever one you pick, that is awesome. All right. Did you watch the World Cup?
I did. When time allowed, because I was The Qatar time difference is crazy
that
because
time
I was in
difference.
school and stuff. So
Yeah, that's true. All right, what were your thoughts on the World Cup, and who were you rooting for?
so I think the obvious answer is USA,
Sure.
but unfortunately they got knocked out. So the final was great. I wanted France to win and
Okay.
Kylian Mbappe because I really like Kylian Mbappe. But I was happy to see Messi win.
Cool.
For sure.
Yeah, it was great. I personally was rooting for Messi. He's been one of the best players in my lifetime. But I will tell you, don't be let down. But that was probably one of the best World Cups that's been for decades and decades and decades. And I don't know, it's going to take a lot to top that. The nice thing is it's coming here in 2026, so we might be able to attend some games, right?
Yeah. Hopefully
So-
I'll be there soon.
Yeah. Hey, man, I love the ambition. Absolutely love it. All right. Do you have a specific player that you like to watch and enjoy watching? I know you mentioned Kylian Mbappe for France, but is there a specific player you root for in the world somewhere?
Yeah. So for Columbus Crew, I really like watching Luis Diaz because
Ooh,
I think
yes.
we have a lot of traits in common. But if we're talking Premier League, then I really like watching Wilfred Zaha.
Ah, really? That is not a player I expected you to say. Are you a Crystal Palace fan or just a Zaha fan?
I'm a Crystal Palace.
You're a Crystal Palace fan? No way. That is awesome. Last year I got to interview Rebecca Lowe, and she is a huge Crystal Palace fan, by the way.
I think we would get along.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira is doing pretty well over there for Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
They're doing all right. Are you going to – now, I don't think Zaha sticks around for much longer after this year, but you never know. Is there another team maybe you hope he ends up on?
I'd like to see him go out of England to maybe AC Milan or something.
That's a good call. I'm going to write that down, and when that happens, I'm going to call you and tell you, you know what, you predicted this. I'm absolutely blown away that you like Crystal Palace and you didn't pick a Man United or a Man City or a Liverpool.
It's too generic.
Thank you. Warms my heart to see there are good kids out there who don't pick the winning teams, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into liking Crystal Palace? Just watched them and liked it? How did that come about?
So, FIFA.
There you go.
So me and my friend, we randomized teams, and I got Crystal Palace to play with him, beat him like 8-1, and I guess I just really like some of those players, like Michael Olise, Eze. I mean, they're all great.
Oh my gosh, that is really cool. I have a 9-year-old son, and he's just now getting into FIFA. He keeps playing with Aston Villa because that's my team. So I think he's after my heart because Aston Villa, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of younger kids, let me ask. I know you're not the oldest, but there are a lot of kids, especially in the Jags organization, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, who look at you and go, "Wow, this kid has made it through our organization, and now he's playing in an academy down in Columbus." What advice would you give to a 9 and a 10-year-old kid to say, "This is what I recommend you do in order to get where I'm at"?
I would just tell him, if you really love the sport, then work hard and be determined. I'd also tell him to be coachable, because if you're coachable, then your coach will give you more opportunities to play and you'll be able to show your talent. But the last thing I'd say is just have fun, because if you're not having fun, then it's just a grind and it's hard work. And if you're not having fun, then I don't think you'll get it anywhere. So
I love that. Be coachable, have fun, just be open to trying new things on the soccer field, right?
Yes.
All right, so I want to give you a little piece of advice. I grew up the top levels of playing in Michigan, and I played at State and then played at Detroit City. And every time you make a step up, the game gets faster and faster, right? It almost doubles in speed. The next level, the next year you go up. One of the things I would say is, and it's funny, this actually happened to me the other day, a guy who I grew up playing with, I played with him 10, 15 years. He goes, "It's funny how you just show up, even still to this day, and you never work at it and you're so good." And I laughed. I said, "Yeah, you're right." What he doesn't know is, on the hot summer days, I went to the high school track and ran miles and did sprints and was on the soccer field by myself, putting the ball in the back of the net. So the game will come easy to you, but then you take that next level, it's going to be a little tougher. Get out and do the work when people aren't watching, right? Get out and do that. Do that grind by yourself, because if you're just going to practice and just doing the minimum, it's not going to work, right? And I have no doubt you know this because you've made it to a really good level. So I just like to pass that advice on to you.
Yeah, I heard a good quote that says, "Work in silence and let success be the noise." So if you work in silence, then you let your success be the noise.
Absolutely. That's an awesome quote. I might have to get that printed up and put it in the studio here. Listen, man, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day, coming down and doing this.
Yeah.
This has been awesome. We're going to continue to keep track of you and your success. I know you have a YouTube channel your dad runs for you, and I've watched some of those videos. It's awesome to see. The Jags keep talking to me about you, and there's a reason.
Yeah.
But don't get ahead of yourself, right?
Yeah.
A lot of work to get into and to do in the next couple of years, and I have no doubt if you keep your head down, keep working in silence, keep working behind the scenes, putting the hours in, you'll get to that full pro level. You can sign that contract and go that path that you want to go.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you taking the time, buddy. We'll check back in the future.
Yep.